Okay, family, I'm back. Yeah, 4 years, 4 ans. Okay, back with PT's book. We have 2 videos left to do, and then me and Gavin are changing spot. The reason why, that's what I have to say, yeah. The reason why majority of the people on this planet live their life like they do is because they presume that it will all last forever. They will last forever. Their parents, friends, pets, and of course them. In this foreverness, one can while away time doing one silly frivolity, triviality after another. What's the harm, they say. We all have the time in the world. We have all the time in the world. An eternity for nonsense. Looking at them, one gets the feeling they have infinite lifespans. Beings here show no comprehension of their lifespan. Reality of death does not even ever really enter their consciousness. When it actually happens in their forever little world, it is seen as a trauma, which they usually cannot recover from. That opens up too many questions, like what after, etc. So best to just behave as if it doesn't exist, and carry on with mindless nonsense in forever land. Went to refresh in the river a bit. Me, Gavin, and the dog got wet. A being who knows that they have limited time here is bound to behave differently, especially if they also know what is at stake if they don't. What is at stake if they don't? It will never come. There are too many here who think that if they don't think about the future, ignore it completely, and keep on living just reacting to the momentary happenings within their narrow confines, it will never come, the future. It will never become the present. Example, will never become the present. Thus so much head in the sandness about realities like death, afterlife, etc. Next half an hour. There are too many here who believe in doing actions without even considering visualizing the future of the next half an hour, let alone till death or after death or the many cycles of birth and death. And all of them can't seem to figure out why things go so wrong for them. A refusal. Most people refuse to consider the future. Short terms or long terms or full term. But future always still arrives and becomes the present. Always an unpleasant present when one has not had any consideration for it. Consideration. Consideration, a term now relegated to how one is with others. LotusOcean says consideration is a term which has to be applied first to one's own self, considering one's own full future, including death and cycle of birth and death, fully being the only way to get out of hell and unpleasantness. Next, consider the most important word required for the people on this planet. It should, in bold letters, replace all signs, boards, graffiti, ads, everywhere should be C for consider in all school books. Because refusal to consider fully, properly, completely before acting is the source of all ills which plague them. Consider equals S. Concentric sides. Example, looking at things from all sides and angles before taking any decision. Consider is a full circle in itself, nothing left out, especially the core issue at hand. To consider is an automatic natural thing. It's about facts, not just thinking and lies of the ego. If one is overriding it, for whatever reason, one should know it will always lead to hell, pain, and torture. You can get that book on Amazon. You go on Amazon, it's the Scriptures for the Now, PT Scriptures for the Now, and you get it there. $20, I think, something like that. Free shipping on Amazon. Not sure, but check it out. It's worth it. Yeah. No, the second most important word for the people of this planet. After one considers, it is an automatic no to all nonsense. I like that. An automatic no to all nonsense. The only way out of the hellish matrix, only after no to the rest can one say yes to divine. Concern. Concern, a sister word for consider, and both are related to that most enormous thing in the multiverse future without care and concern and consideration for totality of one's future. One cannot have a good future in consideration. And if you can do any math, you will know future is a long billion trillion and billion trillion ad infinitum time to be in boredom, hell, pain, and torture. Elephant in the room. There is only one elephant in the room for anyone, anywhere. And the elephant is their future. PH. Future. This life, death, and afterlife, and so forth. Much bigger than the rest they can remember. Or the fleeting present, the august biggest thing, which everyone ignore like it doesn't exist. If one refuses to acknowledge there is a thing called the future, in fact show a finger to it when it enters one consciousness, like most are doing, the future cannot be good. No surprises there. When future sticks the finger back to them, the whole bravado vanishes quite quickly. Okay.